again from Silverstone and the home of the British motorsport, where it all began in 1950. I can just about remember that day, and what a glorious day it was. Yeah.
52 years later, I was born.
I am joined by Carton, the familiar face. He's keeping me on the straight and narrow tonight, so I don't botch anything up. Usually I have Hunter with me, who provides the expert analysis, but tonight it's Carton. Carton, how you doing, man? Great race last night.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Yeah, it's a good race last night. Lots of top four, me, Sam, Slim and Vanquish, who had fun battles. Hopefully these guys can do the same today. Yeah, see how it goes.
Absolutely.
Look forward to this one.
Absolutely outstanding battle, though, is it? That I've never seen like a close battle between like the front four, and none of you pulled away, which I was expecting. I think I was explaining in commentary last night that once someone got by, I was expecting them to pull away, and yet Slim Samster was just going backwards and forwards. It was amazing to watch. I think that, to be honest, that has got to be on the highlight package, hasn't it, for season 5.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to stay with like Slim and Sam Vanquish, but then I was holding on. I was like, oh, the next like battle, and it's just sort of battle began really. Vanquish obviously had the different strategy, which could obviously play in people's hands today if they can get through in Q3 on the mediums, because Vanquish had such a big advantage at the end of the at the start of that second stint. Obviously, he just started. Well, he caught up and pulled away straight away. So, it'll be interesting to see what strategies these guys are going to do today. All that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because Vanquish was a bit unhappy about starting on the medium tyres, but I think that was what gave him the edge in the race. He looked really strong on the first stint, and then the second stint overtook the Samster, and then just kind of controlled the race from there. As we've got a Force India coming out of the pits now. And just a quick note, we've got a couple of new drivers, I believe, in the field tonight. We've got Sir Lyon, who is taking over from Dave Shaw, who is currently planning his wedding. So shout out to you there, Dave. Hope it's all going well. And
Dave, congratulations.
Yeah, it's the best day of your life. Depending on your point of view, really, but it will be. So watching the debutant now, Sir Lyon coming out of the pits in the Red Bull. I don't think we've got any other newbies this afternoon. Don't think so.
No, we don't. It's just him, I think. Yeah, just him. So what are we looking at the standings? Let's have a look.
Yeah, you have to go through the standings. Well, before we do though, Fisico is on the intermediate tyres. So obviously he's trying to save some tyres ready for the race.
Oh yeah.
He must see something that no one else does. Maybe it's rated on the other side of the circuit. I don't know. It's quite a elongated circuit, but yeah. Sorry, Carter, you're going for the championship standings.
Yeah. So Blaz had a great start to the championship, winning Australia, DNF Bahrain, China third. And actually, surprisingly, Blaz had quite a few DNFs, but still in the championship with 116 points. There's a 35 clear gap from Hunter and Not That Bad, who are on exactly the same point as 81. Next we've got Prize Coon Quack, also known as that
Nosy. That was Nosy.
Nosy, yes, Nosy, yes. Oh, Nosy, yeah, hello Nosy. Didn't have a great start to the championship in Australia, DNF in that round. Come back strong in Bahrain and China on the first and second, and also quite a few DNFs. So them DNFs, well, don't want to get too many of them DNFs. That's why you're going to be dropping down. And then you've got Matt, Steve Walls, Roscoe, Dan, and him, Carl, ran that top 10. And then we've got, so who's yet to score a point? Butler. Well, Butler's not here, I think, is he?
No, he's not here anymore. Unfortunately, unfortunately, he had one race and then called it a day. Unfortunately, I think something didn't go his way as Australian, and that was it. Shame, really. He was driving the Renault.
Okay, Snap needs to finish. Snap has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 DNFs. Snap needs to finish. Right, Snap. In this lead, there's a lot of DNFs actually. Looking through the standings, DNFs everywhere.
To be honest though, I think it just goes to show how difficult it is racing online, doesn't it? I mean, I think in Azerbaijan and Monaco was two of the hardest Grand Prix that I've ever done, and And to be honest, in Monaco, I think I just lost my head. As I think we were talking just before we went on there. I just lost my hair and took out Roscoe, so I was very unpopular there. And luckily, luckily he didn't report me. But to be honest, if he did, I would not be here today. I can assure you that. As we're watching Kingsborough now coming through the final couple of corners now, he's in the Williams. I love his helmet, by the way, and he goes fastest on a 1:29.5 so far.
We're looking at, yeah, I can't remember his times. I think one. I don't know.
I'm just seeing who else is on a quick lap at the moment, just having a quick cycle through. It all looks like they're just building up for their laps. We did have a new Ferrari driver who was replacing me, but unfortunately it doesn't look like he's turned up, which is a shame. So, yeah, because I think Ferrari finally had a chance after I was kind of like the back. I was lucky not to cause any accidents, really, to be honest. I was quite a liability. I think Hunter was glad to see the back of me.
Who's next across the line? Not that bad. 1:27.9, that's more like it. So yeah, 1:27, that's a good start. Not that bad. He's been very consistent. Only one DNF and he's cancelled so far. He had the best of starts. I think he got a win in Azerbaijan. Baku, I think he did.
He did. He survived.
He does have some good pace.
So we're on board now with Knowlesy now, who's also known as a prize Kumquat. I think he's now an honorary South America driver. I think he comes from Peru now, as he told us. So I'm going to call him Nosy for a bit because I struggle with his name.
I was doing that last commentary. I just didn't want to say it. It just didn't sound right. Nosy's better for me.
Double goes across the line. He is 5th fast at the moment. So his teammate Steve Penny is also going across the line as well. He's second up on double at the moment. Them two have been evenly matched though, from what I've seen. Because usually I'm battling with the two Saubers, and them two have been pretty evenly matched. So it's been interesting as Roscoe's retired from the session. He was for some reason he was on the intermediate tyres as we. Sorry, it's Fizzy, not Roscoe. My bad.
Oh yeah, okay, he confused me.
Yeah, I know. I just think Co. As a Kittens, him car goes second fastest.
I'm not sure what happened.
It was a bit odd how he was on the intermediate tyres, and I'm not sure. Hopefully,
intermediates.
Yeah,
possible.
Sven goes at 6th fastest. Sven had a great race in I think it last time out in no, I think it was in France. He had a very strong race, Sven did. He's really improving, coming on very strong in the last couple of races. Sven is. So hopefully he can carry on that form this weekend. We've got a yellow flag in sector 1 there, and Snap's out. Oh, that's a shame for Snap. I don't know.
I didn't quite catch it.
Yeah, that's a shame for Snap. As we were just mentioning, before as we're watching the debutant of Sir Lyon, as he's coming down the back straight going into Stowe now. But we were saying earlier that Snap needs to get a needs to finish a race today.
Yeah.
He hasn't finished the race, has he, so far?
No, I think he finished a few, but it's just quite a few he's just not finishing. He's not going to help his chances of getting a good championship position. But I do feel for him. He's a good guy, but he's having quite a bit of bad luck. I think he had quite a bit of bad luck the last few years as well. So at some point in the season, long championship, at some point you have to luck, hopefully. Touch wood.
There was a long way to go. This is only round 10 out of a 21 race season. And which is incredible, isn't it? I remember way back in the days where we only used to have 16 races, and we had to have a 5-week gap, I think, between Australia and Brazil when they first opened up there. I was like, oh.
I wouldn't know them days.
I keep showing my age, mind blimey. We're on board with Asdog in the Haas now, the newest team on the grid. I love the gold and black livery which they're going to be sporting in 2019. So nice. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, lovely. Asdog's got some good pace as well this year. He's doing very well actually. Whereabouts is he? He's 11th in the championship. That does not show his true thingy though. True pace. And he has had a win this season in China, and I remember that race. He's done very well to hold off. I think it was Knowlesy did.
Yeah, it was a masterclass, wasn't it, from Asdog in China?
Yeah.
I think that he's had a lot of bad luck, very similar to Snap in a way, where he's had a lot of bad luck, where he's got into really good positions, and then unfortunately he's been damaged his front wing, or just kind of It's a shame, really, isn't it, for Mad Dog?
Yeah,
But,
he's been finishing, but it's just not the positions he wants or the positions he knows he knows he can be at the front because he's going to want a race. But it's just like you said, not having that luck. So it's unlucky for Mad Dog. Hopefully, he has a good round today.
Hopefully he does as well. And Rocket Tony's just gone second now in the Force India. You may notice Rocket Tony also driving in the Elite last night. Did a good job, and I think he's hoping for similar tonight as well. But yeah, so Rocket Tony, both doing double work this week. I can't believe. I bet he's shattered after 2 races in 2 nights. I would be.
Yeah.
So on board with Asdog now. He goes 5th fastest. He's just behind Kingsburg, but in front of Matt at the moment. So strong opening up there from Asdog, but not as strong as Roscoe.
Wow. Ooh. That was a good lap. Just went on board as well. 1.75. That's strong actually. That's very strong. Yeah, that's looking promising actually.
And now here comes Noel to come across the line. He's done a faster lap still, but look at that. That's very close. 400ths of a second between him and Roscoe. And wow.
Good lap coming in now. Blad's on a lap, I think. So Blad beat that Blad as well. Won the last race. I'm second in France. Blad is something else. He's turned into an absolute animal. I think he should be in the Elite League soon. Because he's got serious pace for sure.
He's changed it. He's really turned it around, hasn't he? I think that Blaz is a great example of how, because he was a midfield runner last year, and then this year he's just really stepped up his game, and he is like front fighting for positions. It's been it just shows that practice makes perfect in this game. So
yeah, plus his consistency as well. He's upped it on the consistency. He used to always be crashing. Oh, there he goes. Wow, Blaz is actually gone 4 seconds faster. So yeah, that's actually very impressive. Nearly just missed the 126 as well. Yeah, when I joined this league, me and Blaz were like identical in pace. But just moving from pad to wheel helped us so much. Obviously adapting to the wheel takes quite a bit of time. Once you get it nailed, it's sorted. But Blaz, yeah, so fast 1.71. It's pretty impressive.
That's a very impressive time. He's 4 tenths of a second in front of Nosey in second position, though. We just run on board with Hunter, the sole Ferrari, this weekend, or this week I should say, as we've got a yellow flag in sector 2. The Sir Loyon still hasn't got a timing yet. Of course, Physico is out of qualifying, unfortunately, and Snap is out as well, but he did get a time of a 1:31 in there. Murphy has just gone up into 5th fastest, but I think Steed just went up to 4th. So both McLarens are looking very strong on their home circuit, well, half home circuit, because they're also kind of owned by the Bahrainian owners as well. As you can see, there's a bit of traffic now. Hunter is coming up to now in the Maggots complex. Ooh, I love those.
Nothing.
Beautiful turnout going down into Stowe. Of course, I remember Stowe where Michael Schumacher broke his leg back in 1999. And I remember I was a proper McLaren fan back then. I was quite excited. I felt really bad afterwards, though. Like, oh dear, I felt a bit sinister. As Hunter comes across the line and he goes 5th fastest at the moment, so he is a half a second behind Blaz.
I look at the times from second to like say 5th or 6th. Nothing in that really. It's gonna be a close race. Hopefully Blaz doesn't have that much pace. I don't want to see him pull away that much.
No.
That'll be quite quick. Yeah, I think yesterday it took ball in qualifying like 2:10 or something like that. So
it was amazing then to qualify.
This year very close.
I think it was amazing to qualify yesterday. Slim was, I think Slim only had 1 run in the end of qualifying yesterday, but pull it on the front rail, and because Samster pulled out the back as well, and then I thought Vanquish is going to, Rocket Tony's out, but I think that's because he's retired in the pit lane, so he's happy with that.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah.
So we're just back on board now.
Get up yesterday.
Sorry about that.
It's hard to get. It is hard to get up down this track. So many tight 50 corners and long corners. One corner on this track and you can lose so much time.
It's all about momentum, isn't it? As Sir Lion goes a bit wide into Stowe, because if you get in the river around here, you're almighty, as we've seen with Blaz, literally straight on it straight away. Yeah. In 127, he'll be in the 126, I reckon, by the end of by Q3.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the pole time will be. I think yesterday was 126 flat, so that's
That was a mighty time as well, 1:26 flat.
Yeah, nearly in 25s.
That's just incredible.
25 is the time trial. My best time in time trial was like 25.7, but I couldn't match that. No way in quality. But
well, 25 is amazing in time trial, but to even get remotely like that in qualifying time is just it's unreal.
ridiculous.
That's why you guys are in the elite, though, and that's why we actually why IRC created an elite league because of times like that. It's just incredible, and I think you are right. We're going to see Blaz definitely jumping up a division, I reckon.
Probably Noldy as well.
Yeah. As you said though, Knowlesy, if he can start getting some finishes under his belt, I reckon Knowlesy will be there or thereabouts in the championship.
Yeah. Is there a thing for this league where like top 2 go through to the next year, or is that not a thing?
I don't think it's a thing yet. It's being discussed, but I don't think anything's been set in stone as of yet.
Yeah, they should do like bottom 2 from bottom 2 from elite maybe, and top 2 from thing.
Yeah,
that'd be a bad idea.
To be honest, I think that'd be quite a good idea. As Sir Lyon comes back in the pits, he's having a bit of trouble as Sir Lyon is at the moment. So at the moment we're going to lose one driver as Snap is out, and unfortunately Physico is out, and it'd be Sir Lyon, which might be the third man out.
He's coming back in the pits now, so I don't think he'll make it back out.
No, I think that's it, because it's quite a long lap around here, isn't it?
Yeah, say 140, we'll say 130. No, he ain't gonna get out, I think. It's 2 minutes 5 seconds now. But no, Red Bull gonna have to be fast.
Yeah, that's gonna have to be a great a very quick turnaround. We're watching Matt now on a lap. He's a half a second slower than his best time. He's behind Double at the moment, but I think Double was on the lap as well. So yeah, I don't think that would be a blocking offence. It definitely won't be, because Double is definitely flying out there. He's 4/10 of a second up, going into the final couple of corners now. Keeping it neat and tidy there, because at the moment he is the second Sauber. He's not going to like that. He's across the line now, and where does he go? He goes 4/10 quicker, but he stays 15th. Good stuff from Double there.
Yeah, Sir Lyon ain't going to get out. He's out. That's unfortunate. Danger him though. I don't. What? Do you not happen? Couldn't set a lap or kept invalidating him?
It looks like he kept invalidating him, because we rode on board with Sir Lyon a couple of times, and it seems like he was just abandoning it and then coming in the pits, which is really odd. So
weird, unlucky. Pressure on the debut, I guess.
I was going to say actually, I remember I felt very nervous in because I made my debut at the back end of last season in Abu Dhabi, and I was sweating and everything. It sounds a bit silly now, but my gosh, I was so nervous, because I was like, oh my god, what if I crash into someone and stuff like that. But I'll tell you what, it's really good when you get to know these guys. It's good laugh, and yeah. If they let me loose on the mic, then you know you'll be alright. We're on board with Sven now as he comes into the final couple of corners in the Red Bull, and he didn't look like he was going to improve much on his time. As he was looking at the last couple of seconds, gone very wide there, and no, he hasn't. He's lost a second in the final sector, unfortunately there for Sven. So yeah, unfortunately we've lost we've lost 3 drivers. So but Blaz putting it right up there in the 121s once, very early 121s, if only 127s. Yeah, that'd be amazing. If he did get a 121, then wow, what is he doing here? Hunter is he's surely modded, isn't it? Hunter's second. Nosey in third, we got Roscoe in fourth, Stee in fifth, Murphy 6th, not that bad in 7th, 8th Rockatoni, 9th is Himcarl, 10th is Kingsburg, Asdog in 11th, he would like to improve that, same with Matt in 12th, Steve Penny 13th, Sven 14th, and Double in 15th. We've lost Snap, Physico and Sir Lyon, unfortunately, as we're now just waiting to get into Q2 now. So Q2, this is where it really starts to hot up. Of course, if you're new,
strategy.
Exactly. If you're new to Formula One, and if you set your fastest time on those tyres, you must start on those tyres what you set the fastest lap on. But that's only if you start in the top 10. Otherwise, you get a free choice of tyre. And we've got a yellow flag up there because I think it's Sven just cruising around as he's run out of fuel by the looks.
No, don't be one of these lobbies. you know them lobbies where you have to like the drivers are constantly going around and then
Yeah.
like the time gets stuck on 1 second. I really hope Code Masters can sort that out next year. No, but this is every year. Everyone has this conversation every year on F1. It's gonna be alright next season. No, it's not.
To be honest, I'm one of those people who are like, yeah, it'd be good this year, it'd be good this year. But they have been working on this game, the 2019 game, for about 2 years, aren't they? 18 months to 2 years? Is that correct,
Yeah.
or is that just someone just taking the mick out of it? Probably someone taking the mick, I reckon.
I wouldn't have a clue.
To be honest, I believe everything I hear. But I'm hoping that's the case because, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next game. Of course, they've simplified the rules as well for next season as well, so it's now soft, medium, and hard rather than the ultra soft, and God knows what else. So, which is good. I must admit, I quite like the different colours of tyres, but I think for the casual fan, it was so hard to get your head around. It's like, what tyres? What? So, yeah, that's only good for the sport, in my opinion. As we're watching Sven now getting wheeled back into the garage, into the Red Bull garage. He is the top Red Bull in 14th at the moment, and as we said before, Sven has done a very good job in the last couple of races. Really starting to improve, and hopefully we can see him get into maybe not in Q3, but definitely giving the front the midfield boys a bit of a nervous sweat going on in the last couple of minutes of Q2.
I'm giving strategy messages to Kingsburg. Kingsburg just asked me, what's the best car strategy for Steelson? Former teammate. I have to help him out.
I'm going to be honest, me and Hunter used to share setups because it became very apparent after the first race that I'm not very good at setups. So yeah, Hunter used to give me his setup, and I used to run with that. And I always used to try the one-stop strategy, but you have to be quick, and I'm not very quick, unfortunately. So I've kind of started to revert more to like a two-stop strategy during the races now. I think I was trying as I was watching like a couple of YouTube guys, and they were quite quick, and they was always doing one stops. It's like you guys did one stops yesterday, and I've always wanted to try one stop, and it just never worked for me because I wasn't quick enough. But do you reckon it would just be a one stop today? Is it just that?
Yeah, it's one stop, easy one stop. Soft to mediums or medium to soft. But I said to Kingsburg, if you can get from the mediums, do it, because there's nothing to lose. If you can stay with people on that first stint on the mediums, people on the softs, the last stint you're going to be laughing because you're going to have to run a set of softs for like 10 laps. So it's all
and the delta between the soft and the medium, it's quite high, isn't it? It's about, is it half a second to a second, or 8/10?
Yeah. That's only in quality. In the race, it's so much different. Them mediums felt so much better than them softs. Them softs just felt rubbish. The qualifying lap I done in Q2 just took the life out of them, and the formation lap as well. I think just kills them. So by lap 3, say you're on like, I think I was on like 30% wear on lap 3. When I pitted, I was on about 65% worn. And I thought, wow. Like, I was trying to take like Magnus and Beckett's flat out, and I was just like, rear end was just going everywhere.
Yeah, I think I remember you kept going slightly wide at the end of the end of the maggot section, which towards it looked spectacular though. It kept me on my toes. I was like, oh my gosh, we're on board blast now in the. Yeah, I kept saying it lap after lap. I'm surprised that Hunter didn't give me a clip around the ear as we're watching Blast now, who's also in the Toro Rosso like Carton was last night, and. Yeah, he set a very good time in Q1, and hopefully he can replicate that in Q2. At the moment, Blaz is on the soft tyres, and we've got Matt on the medium, we've got Steed on the soft, medium as well. We've got Asdog, Hunter, Tony, not that bad, and Hinkard. So it's kind of 50-50, isn't it, out there?
Yeah, surprising. It's not like yesterday. Everyone was out on the soft yesterday, but they've obviously seen what Vanquish has done yesterday.
Yeah,
we're going to try for it.
As Blaz comes into the pit now. So yeah, I wonder if he just seen what everyone else was doing and decided to come in and try the medium tyres. To be honest, I used to watch the elite racing, and whatever they did, I used to try and replicate. Unfortunately, not to great success. But I gave it a go. Watching Nosy now come around the final corner, and he's now starting his lap in the Force India. So he's just come back off holiday, and I hope he enjoyed himself. So yeah, let's see what Nosy can do, because I'm not sure if he's had much practice. And I must say though, if you don't have a lot of practice, it does actually make a big difference, don't it?
Matters. It matters. If I don't practice, I'm like 8 tenths down. I'm literally this couple of days before, like no joke, I'm literally sweating out time trial trying to get best. I'm trying to find the best line. Like if I should change gear, like certain corners you go into like gear 1 and flick it into third straight away, just to get that extra turn in. Stuff like that, all little silly things like that, that gains tenths a second. But yeah, matters. You've got to practice if you want to be at the front for races.
And 8
100%.
tenths. 8 tenths is a world away in Formula 1, isn't it? It's incredibly... that is just... That's kind of like night and day, isn't it? It doesn't sound like much, but in racing terms, wow.
I've had a couple of races where I haven't practiced, can't have time to, and I'm just like, there's no point. I think it was... Australia, I'd say. I didn't practice much. I did a couple of rounds. I think last season I didn't practice much. I think this season I practiced quite a lot of races, but... Yeah, it's all about practice. That's all you can do. Practice makes perfect.
And how do you practice? You don't have to give me all the secrets and stuff, because we do have a live audience here. But how do you practice? Do you practice with in time trial, or do you just go onto a random session? It's Nosy goes fastest, but I think it was more of a kind of warm-up lap. It was both.
I think they're all warm-up laps. Not bad on medium.
Yeah,
well, when I practice, I'm normally going time trials, try to find the best setup possible. Just laps after laps really, and then once I've like got the pace sort of thing, I go on to like multiplayer, like Grand Prix, say the AIs, and just basically see like how long I can get certain tyres to, stuff like that. So yeah, that's what you can really do. You can't really go too mad, but
and you made a very good point there, tyres and what they're going to do and how they're going to perform and stuff, because if you go into the race blind, like I have several times in my league career, it really does hurt, I must say, because I expect like tyres to go much longer than what they do, or tyres that don't last very long, and all of a sudden the front runners are still on them. I'm like, what?
yeah, definitely. Because the tyres can just switch from like, say lap 9 to 10, lap 9 you're fine, you're on the pace, like 10 4, like your personal best, and then lap 10 you're like a second off. Just like, what's going on? I think that happened in France with me as well. Yeah, France was bad actually. The tyres just completely dropped off, and that was it. But around here, it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Aston was setting a very decent time there, but yeah, as Mark Webber famously called it, the cliff, where no, was it Mark? I think it was in Malaysia or something, where his engineer said he's about to reach the cliff. It was quite funny actually. That quote's always stayed with me. We're just having a look to see who is just about to complete a lap. We're on board with Kingsburg now, as I think we've seen who is that just set a time. I think it might have been double. It's gone up into 7th at the moment on a 1:31. You would like to go a bit quicker than that. You're on board Kingsburg now. I love the helmet. It reminds me of Maldonado. I hope we don't take offence to that, as he's up into 7th now. Good time there from Kingsburg. As we're just having a look to see outside. We've got Hunter on a quick lap. Rocket Tony's just getting himself warmed up and ready to go. And we've still got Murphy and Steve Penny still in the pits at the moment. So Hunter looks like he invalidated his first lap, so he's going again. You can go again on the medium tyres, can't you? They're not like one hit wonders, are they?
Nah. I think it takes a couple laps and just start bedding really. Like when you come out on the mediums on the second stint, like if you start on soft, come out on mediums, it's quite hard to get them going for the first couple of laps. Guy's gone fast, 1:27.6. Is that on soft?
That was on mediums.
Oh wow, that was on medium. What?
Yes. What incredible! Take your cap off to blast.
I thought that was on soft. Wait, what time did he run Q1?
It was
27.1.
It was
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's wow.
Only 5 tenths off.
So that was a mega lap, because we were talking about the Delta earlier, wasn't we? And so that is an incredible lap.
Yeah, I think it's more than 5 tenths. He's got some serious pace then. He's sort of, and then that's why I'm getting through straight away. So he can start on mediums if he wants. Some people want this race strong to beat that time with a soft. To be honest,
yeah.
Mega lap.
That's a proper mega lap. But to be honest, I'll be happy to get into the late 127s or even the early 128s on soft. So that is incredible there from Blas. Very it's looking ominous for the race. Unfortunately for the rest of the guys. So on board of Hunter now comes across the line and goes second, and he's only a 10th away. So
good pace as well.
Oh, this is looking good, isn't it? Looking very good between Hunter and Blas.
See what Rocketoni can do.
Rocketoni goes 9th faster than him.
Ooh. I think Knowles is on a lap now as well, going from Magnus and Beckett. He's on the soft tyre there, so.
He was originally, wasn't he?
Well.
I think that I think he did it. He kind of slowed right down though, didn't he? Knowles, he did. Now we got Murphy and Penny, who haven't set times yet. We've got just under 7 minutes to go of Q2, whereas we're coming out of this pit lane. It's a bit of a steep incline coming out of the pits. It's not as unique as Abu Dhabi, where they go into the racetrack, but it's certainly different. So Murphy and Penny now we're just going to have a look at. Penny's on the soft tyre, whilst Murphy's on the medium tyre in the Mercedes. So coming down the Wellington Straight now, as you can see that at the moment Murphy is literally, he's got no ERS going, so he's saving all that ERS up ready for his Blas is retired. I think that to be honest, that's kind of, yep, he's happy with that. He's kind of parked in the garage. He's going out for I don't think you're allowed a cigarette these days in the F1 paddock, are you? he's going out,
no,
but he's
probably not.
not anymore. Not back in James Hunt's day, where they was humming fags like even by the fuel tanks. Gosh, health and safety would have gone wild. And now here's Steve Penny coming from Maggots and Beckett's now in the Sauber. I must admit, I do like Steve Penny's helmet. I always talk about helmets every time I do commentary. I always like to talk about a good helmet. So we're coming down to Stowe now. As Penny is now just getting himself warmed up, getting himself ready to go. As at the moment they've got quite a clear track out there. Only Sven and Knowlesley are the only other two out there.
Knowlesley's about to finish his lap now, going to put on a couple of corners. See what he can do. Thought that was quite nice. Yeah, he thought that was nice actually. See what he can do. I'll expect you to go pole. Yeah,
he does go pole.
Only by a 10th though, and Black has got mediums, remember? But
yeah, that's
it's really interesting because if he has that sort of pace in the race as well, he's gonna do what Vanquish on basically.
Yeah, and remember Vanquish started on the second row of the grid, didn't he, last night? So I think that a lot of the guys are going to be hoping to qualify in front of Blas, but with pace like that, I think the Blas is going to be unstoppable in the race. While him and Hunter definitely going to be looking nailed on for the front row. But of course, this league is not raced on paper, so that's why these guys have got to go out there and do it again. But I am quite sure that both Hunter and Blas will get the job done. Pressure doesn't seem to affect those guys.
Nah, not at the moment.
Now on board with Penny, just start going through the Maggots and Beckett section. Now coming down the back straight, coming into Stowe. Of course, Penny is on the soft tyre in the Sauber. His teammate has done a 1:29.6 at the moment. That's double. So as I used to be in the party with double when I was racing. A bit of a rivalry between him and Steve Penny. It was quite interesting to hear. Good. It was good fun, to be honest. I played my performance on the. Penny goes 5th fastest. Decent time there from Steve Penny. I think Penny's only just started using the steering wheel, hasn't he? And he's really starting to come into his own now. Is that Murphy?
Yeah, he was having quite a problem at the start of the season. I remember it's been a party and he weren't enjoying it. He was obviously down in his pad time, but now he's sort of starting to come to play, like you said. He's doing well.
He's doing very well. I think in France as well, he was right up there, wasn't he, Steve Penny? So that's really he's looking very good now on that wheel, isn't he? Because he's really starting to cause a lot of the front runners some bother. We're on board with Murphy now, who's second up on his first time on the medium tyres. We've just got just over 3 minutes to go, and the guys might want to start thinking about coming out now. So guys like Double needs to come out.
Rocketoni's coming out now.
Carl is on the bubble. He might need to come out. I think Roscoe probably needs to come out as well. Do you reckon Bilton and Steve might need to come out? Because they're very close. And look at that, they're on 28.4s.
Yeah, I'd come out if I was them, yeah.
That's incredible. So, because I was just going up the list there, and then I keep seeing that they was on the 28.4s.
Yeah,
28.4,
28.4, yeah. Nice to see.
It's incredible. We love good close racing there. So we're watching Murphy, who looks like he backed off there, so he's going to have another go. Murphy, so this is going to be his third attempt now. He hasn't got long. He's got to kind of get a move on here.
One count. He's only on medium tires as well. If people start coming back out on the soft, it's going to have a little problem.
Yeah, in the track. I think that was Murphy just getting a run out of the final corner. But it's also the track rubbers in as well, don't it? So the track should get quicker as the session goes on. And I think a lot of newbies like me, I didn't realise that at the time. Well, I didn't think the game was that like technical.
Not massive. I think it's more. Well, I never really find any difference, to be honest. But if people say it, just go along with it.
That's kind of what I do, really. Because I think I remember the warm-up laps. I kind of was like a Kimi Räikkönen. I didn't really warm up my tyres at all. I just kind of drove, didn't do any weaving at all. And
some tracks you can.
Does it actually make a difference though? So, for example, if I like warmed it as Rocketoni goes fast, it's a brilliant time for Rocketoni. Kingsburg is out.
He's going to start on mediums then. That's what he told me.
Oh, so so Kingsburg's called it a day. He's having to start on the mediums. But yeah, does it actually? So, for example, if I didn't bother warming up my tyres in the warm-up lap, would it affect my starts?
Yeah, massive. Just Wilson. Oh yeah, it's massive. If you say to get the disqualified from the formation there, you're screwed. Like your start is screwed, honestly.
Yeah, so because that's a recent thing I've only just discovered actually.
Oh yeah, you've literally every corner you've got to be like wheel spinning, weaving everywhere. Like, yes, this is a hard track to be tired as well. Obviously, nice sunny Britain. Not the warmest of countries. Yeah, so yesterday I was struggling. They're about 85 degrees and you can see it on the screen like the blue and the cold. Got up to like 89 in the end, so. But I had a bad start today. It's hard to get it off the line here without wheel spinning. I didn't want to wheel spin as well, so I'm trying to catch it nice, but I didn't quite catch it.
And unfortunately, it's also a deadly turn one as well, isn't it? As we seen last night. The Renault going up in the air, really. That was a spectacular accident. As Bilton goes fast as well, he's come out of nowhere. Unfortunately, Murphy's still struggling at the moment, and Murphy's retired, so he's out. He's out of qualifying. Hinkar goes through and goes third. Brilliant time from Hinkar. Roscoe's out there now, and he's in the drop zone at the moment, and he's called it a day as well.
Oh, Roscoe is retired, but he's out. Oh, that's not what he wanted, I think.
So the only other person. Oh, sorry.
When?
Yes, it's Ferdinand. He's got a very muddy front wing there, so I think he's kind of had a trip across the grass. So that's our top 10 then. So Sven starts 14th, Double is 15th. Murphy, that's quite a surprise to be out of Q3. Same with Roscoe as well. That's incredible. And of course, Kingsburg out as well. But as he's been confirmed to you, he's having to start on the medium tyres.
I think he sort of wanted to start on the mediums. If you can get through the traffic. I watched a team race the other day with like VSR Blizzard in it and all them, like it was like buying the best in the world. I thought and Slim and Vanquish racing in it as well. And
really?
there was a guy. I'm in the team with them as well, but I didn't get chosen for the race. And like Blizzard's like just ridiculous. The pace is a joke. But there's a guy there. He started 14th. It was round China. Started 14th on the mediums, and absolutely blew everyone away. From like lap 5, I think he was in like thirds, and then as soon as he pitted on the softs, that was it. He was gone. He just dusted everyone off. And he wouldn't have like raw pace, but just the strategy just played out so good. So if you want to start on the mediums, you've got to not damage your wing and have a good start. That's all you've got to do, really. Because if you damage your wing on mediums, you're screwed. Like if you especially have to replace it, like then you have to hit and you want to have another set.
And to be honest, And to be honest, in the race as well, it's quite a high probability when you're starting in the mid pack that you might damage your front wing because it's quite hectic in the mid pack, isn't it?
Yeah, I was surprised I didn't lose mine yesterday. I broke myself quite a few times, and I was like, "Oh, slim move!"
I know, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it, and I really the amount of times that I thought he was going to go into the back of him was just unreal. I was like, oh my gosh. And the break, it was just amazing how you just stopped just inch perfect as well. That was precision.
Yeah.
So watching Hunter go out the pits.
So Kingsburg has just told me he forgot to put softs on for the final run.
Oh.
So he's gone out in the mediums, and obviously he can't improve. But it might play out good.
Yeah, sometimes it's not too bad to start from like out outside the top 10 because that might actually be the better strategy to go from mediums to soft as we was alluding to earlier. So we're now watching Hunter in the Ferrari, so he should be the first man across the line to get a lap done. So there is 10 minutes remaining in this Q3 session. Of course, it was extended a couple of years ago, so it used to only be 10 minutes. But tracks around Spa, for example, the guys was finding that they didn't have enough time to go out for a second round. So that's kind of why they extended for 2 minutes. There's a bit of trivia for everyone. another useless fact from me. I'm on board now with Hunter. I love this section, Maggots and Beckett. Beautiful section. Brilliant place to watch Formula 1 cars. Unfortunately, I've never been to Silverstone, but I bet you it's amazing to watch. Have you ever been to Silverstone?
Yeah, I've been once. I think it was 2016, but I only went on the Friday. I think on the I didn't watch the qualifying race, but even to watch the practice, it was amazing. I was just standing there like on the start finish gate, with, like my eyes glaring like pew, like wow. I couldn't believe it. When I saw a Formula 1 car for the first time in real life, I was absolutely gobsmacked. Honestly, my mouth was like, I have to say, I was like, wow.
That's a really...
I thought it was Ricardo.
What a guy to see as well. Proper, I bet he's proper chucking it in.
Absolutely mental. The floor is rumbled. It's just like, it's nuts. You need to go. You must go. It's amazing. I think I might go this year.
I tell you what, I take heart in that because I know, as I keep alluding to, I'm quite an older generation. A lot of my mates were saying, "Oh, it's not very good now with all the V6 hybrid era cars and things like that." But I still hear, but that's my old mates. But then I hear the new generation, and they're still saying how amazing these cars are. So, and
they are. I mean, I'd have loved to see like an old, like one of the old cars go around because obviously the pure engine, aren't they? There's no like sort of electrics and stuff like that. But I think still it's amazing. Just as well, they're obviously faster now these days, and obviously the cornering speed's much faster. And I think they still sound amazing. Oh, they obviously used to sound better, but I mean, it's still amazing.
I think in terms of Silverstone as well, though, isn't it? There's a couple of rumours going on that it might be the last year they're going to be there. I hope that's not the case, but
yeah, that's been done for a couple of years now. But I think we keep saying it's going to be a year, then it keeps carrying on. So.
Yeah, you're quite right there, because I remember 2010, I think, before they did the redevelopment here. It was a certainty to go to Glasgow's a 127.4, a 127.1, and Asdod does a 127.6, a 127.4 for Rockatoni. Sorry, I'm getting a bit off topic here. I'm loving this F1 chat.
I think that will go into 26s soon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second one should go into 26s.
And Steve goes to 5th fastest. Knowlesy is up into 2nd in the Force India. Got very strong. He's done it. I think Matt can go faster now. I think that was just just a banker. Steve Penny's on the lap now. Hunter is on his second flying lap. I think he validated his first one. We're just watching Not Too Bad now in the Renault, who isn't actually not too bad at all, actually. He did win a race earlier on this year. The puns get worse, unfortunately. And now coming into the final couple of quarters. He's looking neat and tidy there.
Ooh, the rear end is slipping out.
He's 6th fast at the moment. I think he might be a bit disappointed about that. So just having a quick look, we're watching Steve Penny, as we said, it's a great performance from Steve Penny this season.
Yeah.
Really turned it around. I can't, as we alluded to earlier on, about how difficult it is to convert from the pad to the steering wheel. I think as Hunter goes second fastest, only a tenth off Blas there. So this is looking very good. And Nosey right in there as well on the 127 through. We've got a yellow flag in section 2. I'm hoping it's just someone getting out of the way.
Yeah, looks like it. Flag's gone on another lap. See what he can do.
He doesn't improve by the looks, but do you reckon that was just a cool down lap and he's going for a second?
Yeah, sort of boost the RS, keep the tyres cool.
So
this looks smooth. This looks very good from Blas. On the onboard camera, it looks nice.
Yeah, we do ride on board a lot. I mean, last night we was riding on board with a lot of you guys in the fighting for the win, and it was amazing to see how smooth, especially Vanquish. He was, he's just so calm, isn't he? It's amazing. It's now, we are watching Blas now coming over the old start finish straight and coming into Cop's corner now.
If he opens up, he's going to do a 26. 100%. So far, he's definitely 26 for that.
Yeah, he's looking very good, isn't he? Very strong, Blas is.
Oh, no.
Unfortunately, he took a bit too much curb there, and I think he's... Ooh.
Yeah, he messed that up. Otherwise, that was going to be a fast lap. I think he was definitely... I wasn't actually watching if he was up in his farm or not, but I presume he would have been. It looked very good.
Yeah, it looked neat and tidy.
Still got time to come out again.
Yeah, we've got still 5 minutes to go as we're watching Steve coming down the back straight now in the McLaren. As he's the sole remaining McLaren in qualifying, because one of the big shots was that Ross goes out of qualifying, unfortunately. Notice how long this pit lane is. It's one of the longest. It's one of the longest pit lanes in the season. As we got a Force India coming out. So if you have a drive-through penalty, it's probably the worst place to have it, isn't it?
It's a long one.
So Knowlesy coming out of the pits now. He's going for his second run quite early on by the looks. So he wants to get out there and get it done. He is 2 tenths just under 2 tenths behind Blas at the moment, who's setting the pace. Good lap from Blas. We think that Blas can go quick as well, but I think, well, to be honest, we think probably Hunter and all these guys can go quicker, because it's probably just a banker lap just to make sure that they get a decent time in. So this is where they're going to go flat out now.
Everything from this lap.
Yeah, it's all or nothing now, isn't it? As they've really got nothing to lose now, and this should be the fastest times you'll see these cars do tonight, because they're not full of fuel now, because they will be in the race. They'll be trimmed, fresh tyres. This is what you want to see in qualifying. We still haven't got, unfortunately, Steve Penny and Himcar hasn't made a time just yet, but they should be able to make a time now. Unless I'm not sure if Steve Penny and Himcar have got any fresh tyres. Of course, you get a set of fresh tyres as a freebie in the final qualifying session to get through when you get through. But yeah, it depends how much hard work you made to get into Q3, because whether you've only got 1 set or 2 sets of fresh tyres.
So who's our first man? Is it?
I think it's Knowlesy. Yeah, he was definitely first out of the pit.
See what he can do.
So he's just about to start his lap now. You can see the outlap's almost at 2 minutes. So that's why you need a long time to get out and get a time. And you need a lot of just a bit of time.
Oh, he's backed out. I think he invalidated it. Yeah, he did.
It's very early on. I think we were saying last night that it was quite hard to invalidate a lap around here, apart from around Cops. But yeah, that's quite early on.
First corner, you could take a bit too much, and you can invalidate it.
Just having to see who's on a outlap. It's Hunter on the lap, is he?
Starting a lap now. Yeah, literally now starting a lap. So this corner here, you don't. Yeah, so Hunter changes up into 8th gear. You don't want to be doing that, because that happens. What either happened there, the rear end slides. So through this corner, you want to keep it in 7th and just hold it and let the red just smash it, basically. let the red smash the red limb out. I
tell you what, it's quite a hard thing to do to go into manual gears, isn't it? I think Hunter's quite a new guy on. He's gone to the manual gears, but his pace has increased since going on there. If you could get it just right. Oh, back end is stepping out there, getting a bit lively. As someone just kicked up a bit of dust in front of us there. It looks like
I'm gonna go on board with Blaz. See what Blaz is doing.
Yeah, I think Blaz is just he's starting a lap. No, he's on a lap now, isn't he?
He's on a lap, yeah. See how it's looking for him.
So we're going to stay on board with Hunter then, whilst Carton has a look at Blaz, and as we're coming through the Maggotts and Beckett section now, it's Rocket Tony. Oh, we missed that. Sure. Rocket Tony. Look at that. How close is that to getting into the 26s? So how was that? So it's Hunter.
Blaz is flying. Blaz has hooked up this Maggotts and Beckett is very nice. I don't know if it's up on the time or though. Looks like it should be.
It looks like it from a visual point of view. I think Hunter might have gone a bit wide out of stow. But
yeah,
Hunter,
so is Blaz. I think hopefully he hasn't invalidated it.
Because that's another place where you can get a invalidated lap. But Blaz comes across like it's at 26. It is!
Yes,
great time!
It is.
Brilliant time there from Blaz.
Nice.
Look at that, was a quality lap. And if he ran wide at Stowe as well, do you reckon he can get a couple more? He can get another 10 or 2 out there, can he?
Yeah, he's going again. So that, yeah, he runs wide out of Stowe. I don't think it might have gained, but to be fair, I don't think he can gain. But obviously, sometimes he doesn't validate it, but it looks good for Blaz at the moment.
It's a risk worth taking, isn't it? To go a bit wider. We're just watching Nosey, who's using a bit of the AstroTurf Ansel. As we've got Steve, who's up in the third now. Good time from Steve, as Hinkar is retired from the session. Unfortunately, he hasn't made a time. But what does Nosey goes up into second position? He's done it on 26 as well. That's incredible.
Oh! Who is that? Someone completely blocked Hunter's lap. It looks like a hack. You know that I can't think Hinkar's ghost. Yeah. Sounds weird. Hunter went to go into Maggotts and Beckett, and someone was literally in the middle of the racing line, so I think that's that, unless...
Yeah, I reckon
yeah, that's unfortunate for Hunter.
That is, he's dropped down to 6 now as well. It's not that bad, it's gone up to 3rd, so Hunter, who we thought was definitely going to be one of the guys to be fighting for the front row, is unfortunately on the 3rd row, so that would be disappointing for him.
He's still going though, isn't he? I think.
No, he's a half a second down by the looks, so I think that might be it. But not that bad, still going, is he? No, he's not. No, not anymore.
Oh, not that bad. He's done quite well there. 3rd place, 27 flat, so he's come out of nowhere as well.
He did. That was a great time.
Pretty close there.
As Asdog has finished his lap, so he's in 7th. Matt is, I think, also called it a day as well in 8th position, and Steve is looks like he's at the beach by the looks. So Steve's in 9th at the moment, and Hinkar is 10th. So, what as you called it, a 126 being qualified. Yeah. That's amazing. We got 2 drivers in the 126, and look how close Not That Bad was, and Rocket Tony, and to be honest, Steve as well on 27.1. It's incredibly close up there. And to be honest, we expected Hunter to be a bit further up as well if he didn't get blocked. We think it was by Hinkar's Ghost, because I think the other half of Asdog was on the other side of the track.
I think so. Easter egg time. It's still about 5 Easter eggs sitting that way.
Oh, mine was...
Now it's time to eat them.
mine was demolished after like the first hour.
Yeah. I'm more of a sweet person, not a chocolate. To be fair. Love my sweets.
I'm a bit of both, to be honest. I do love a bit of Starburst as well. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I know some ages.
Yeah, they of course, if we've got any older members joining us, like my age, they used to be called Opal Fruits.
Yeah, I know that. my dad always tells me.
Yeah, that's what I hear as well, to be honest. I can't remember being called Opal Fruits, but I remember that...
well, I think, what was Mars called? Like or Snickers, probably what it was called.
I'm not sure, to be honest. I might have to Google that and come back to you guys next week.
Because my dad always says go get you one of them. I'm like, what the hell is that? And I remember what it is. I think it's a Mars bar. I'm gonna stop up now. Nothing to do with F1, but it's a nice chat.
Let's just go through.
Now it's in my head.
let's just go through the top 10 then. So we got Blaz on pole position, great time, 126.7. Nosey second, only a 10th behind, also in the 126 as well. Then we got not that bad third, Rocketoni fourth, Steve in fifth, Hunter sixth, Asdog seventh, and Matt in eighth, and then Steve in ninth, and Himcar 10th. So unfortunately, I think Marathon. That's it.
Is that Snickers? Is that Snickers?
Oh yeah, I think that's Snickers. That's isn't. Yeah. I don't think it's. I don't think it was Mars. It's definitely. I think it was Snickers.
No, that's what it is. Marathon. I was gonna say Runaway for some reason. I don't know why that's on my head.
Well, to be honest,
it's a bit cloudy out there.
Yeah, that looks very overcast. We haven't touched on the weather yet, which is quite surprising when we're talking about the British Grand Prix. But
yeah, that's true.
But yeah, it's quite a high chance of rain around here, so that could also throw a bit of a spanner in the works in terms of strategy as well. But I would assume that the guys that are on the medium tyres has probably checked the weather and is quite happy that it's not going to affect them, because there'd be no point starting on the slow tyre if the rain's going to come very early in the race, is there?
Yeah, depending on if it says it was to come late, then they'd sort of have their plans as well. It's vice versa. But
yeah,
I bet it'll rain.
Yeah, it's true.
There's the chat. Especially Blaz.
Oh,
they are formation up, do they?
No, they don't. So I was just about to go through the grid.
Red lights, there we go.
Wow, so we're going off straight away then. We've got a lot of wheel spin here, but Blaz is it's Nosey that's taking the lead going into turn one. So Nosey is leading. We've got not that bad going on. They've all gone very wide. Oh, we got contact. That's when the McLaren's is off there. It's we're on board. That's big contact. We got wings going everywhere now. And Hunter and when the Mercedes there, we've got Steve 10 seconds off. Got penalty is Steve. That's one of the Salvers that is right off the track behind. Sorry guys, I'm trying to yell in and not really saying much, as Steve Penny is in the 18th position. That's a terrible start from Steve Penny, so good start there from Nosey, and that's what he needed. He needed a good start. He's on the soft tyre. He's on the softer tyre, so he'll be pitting earlier. So we've got Nosey leading, Blaz second, but Rocketoni looking going very wide, but looking very interested in the back end of Blaz, who is in second position at the moment. Not that bad as third. We got Asdog in, sorry, not that bad fourth. Asdog fifth. Himcar, great time, and the horses are going side by side into Cop. Sorry. Oh my gosh! And this is going to be an airplane crash. Oh, and going on the outside is Roscoe. Wow! And
that's look at it go.
Oh my god! Wow, that's a Hunter's dropped right down to the back of the field. So whoa, Sven going very wide, but he's challenging Bilton now, going down into Stowe here. This is going to be very, very tasty as well, as Bilton takes the wider line. But look, Sven's going back on the inside. He's through. But Bilton's got the inside line going into the final couple of corners. Bilton breaks him much later, and he is back up into 8th position. Great bit of Sven!
Oh, contact!
Yeah, that's a lot of contact as well from Sven, and that has broke his front wing. We're on board Kingsburg now. He's gone very wide into the final corner. Sorry, Carl, I'm not giving you much time to talk at the moment.
It's fine. I'm meeting all season.
And that's where Rob Farage should be. As for some reason, Physico is on wet. No, he's on the hard tyre. Yeah, I was getting ahead of myself. So we haven't even gone through the tyre strategy yet, because we go straight into the race in Super, because it keeps us on our toes, as Murphy is now in 11th position, and he's lining up Kingsburg, who is in 10th position at the moment. This is the final points competition. Murphy is going around the outside, not quite at the moment. So Physico on the hard tyre in 12th. We got the debutant Sir Lyon in 13th position. Good stuff from him. Double 14th. We got Bilton, and Sven is still going at it. Oh, this is getting a bit tasty. Unfortunately, Sir Lyon is out of the race because he's dropped down somewhere. I'm not sure where he's lost.
Down inside.
Great.
Ben's on wide.
I think he's damaged his front wing, hasn't he? So I think that's where he's struggling with the understeer there, and he's gone wide again. Murphy is going to have a look in Sven all over the track there, but of course he has damaged his front wing. So someone's gone on the inside of. I thought the Physico was going on the inside of Murphy there, but now Murphy's just going to have to. There's no DRS just yet, so he has to do this the old-fashioned way. He's going on the outside. Sven stays on the inside. Kingsburg is just contact. Murphy's done a bit of a sideways there, but that's contact between himself and Sven. Sven is in the pits, and we've got also Bilton in the pits as well by the looks. Wow, we're a bit of a messy start here at the British Grand Prix, and Hunter is on the medium tyre and is right at the back, so I'm not sure what happened there. Steve Penny is now making his way back through the field. He's behind his teammate Double. This is going to be a brave move going into turn 1. Not quite there yet, as I'm just going to get the telemetry up. Sorry, guys.
So obviously, Noel's had a great start. 2.7-second gap already. Obviously, starting with soft tyres. Will Blaz have to keep in that sort of range for the soft gap to work at the end of the race? That's the question now.
I know.
He needs to keep that gap within that time, otherwise he's gonna struggle with it.
And Snap has had an adventure into the gravel trap at the moment. He is down in 14th at the moment, but he is on the medium tyre. Well, the big winners in that start is definitely Physico. He's gone up 7 positions. Unfortunately, the biggest losers is Bilton and Hunter, which have dropped down 7 and 11 positions respectively. So that's unfortunate for them guys. So I didn't really see what I kind of seen bits and bobs, but yeah, wow, good stuff. So at the moment, Knowlesy's got a 2-second lead now over Blaz, who is second. Rocketoni all over the back of Blaz in third at the moment. He needs to make hay whilst the sun is shining. In terms of he is on the soft tyre, whilst Blaz is on the medium tyre. Blaz is now almost 3 seconds back. So that gap is still okay, I think, as we've got a couple of battles going on behind. As Physico is now up into 9th position on the hard tyre, remember, so he's going to be going very long in this race, in this qualifying session.
Angle now as well. So
yes.
Ross taking off, want to have a look up the other side of Blaz sooner or later. We might get done in here. This corner here. Don't see what we can do.
Yeah, you've got DRS now coming down the Wellington straight. As he's going to go for it. Blaz taking the wider line. But Blaz got the inside line coming into left field. Is he going to do the switchback? He's going on the inside. That's contact. Only slight though. It's just a bit of kissing. Nothing too much. Now coming into he's going to creep up the inside now. This is not going to be good if Blaz loses the position to Rocketoni.
It's going to end well.
That's a great move from Rocketoni there, isn't it? Beautifully done.
Yeah.
And a bit of wheel banging, but that's okay.
Yep. That's all allowing Knowles to get away though. He's got 3.5-second lead now, so.
Yeah, that's becoming a bit of a worry for Blaz, isn't it? As we've got a great battle between Physico and Steve at the moment, who's in at 9th and 10th. Murphy is just behind in 11th. We've got Steve Penny, who is flying through the field. He is back up to 12th now, and it's really he's gaining on the back of Murphy now in the Mercedes. I'm not sure if Murphy's got some damage or if he's just struggling generally in this session. He unfortunately got knocked out. As Steve Penny now up into 11th position, takes a bit of a tighter line.
Yeah, good pit down Murphy.
Yeah, he is. He has got damage.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate. That is for Murphy having a bit of a couple of the top guys on a bit of miserable days here. Rocketoni has actually pulled 2/10 out of Knowlesy in the first sector. Not even the first sector, the first couple of corners. Blaz is, as we got a couple of penalties flashing off already. Blaz is dropping back from Rocketoni. Is now a second behind, so he's out of DRS. Not that bad in 4th position. Then we've got Himcar, great move up from 10th to 5th at the moment. Roscoe in 6th position, looking very good as well. Asdog 7th. Kingsburg is 8th. Steve 9th. And we got Double and no, I think it's Snap, who's just got in front of Murphy, who's coming out of the pits now. So yeah, it got all a bit messy unfortunately for a couple of these drivers. But, yeah, whilst they're starting to spread out now, we can take a bit of a break. What a start! First 5 laps.
No crazy crashes.
No, it's been almost neat and tidy. There's been a couple of interesting incidents there. So I think that we might be seeing some stewards inquiries. Unfortunately, we're on board with Physico now, and we've got 3 seconds.
Game.
He is, isn't he? He's looking very comfortable at this age of race. So Rocketoni is the Irishman. So at the moment we've got forced in the 1-2 at the moment. As Physico looking very good on these hard tyres at the moment. I must admit, I'm a bit surprised we're seeing some of the hard tyres, because I didn't expect we were going to see them at all.
It's quite surprising actually. They're up 7 blazes on hard tyres. I mean, I don't know how far they can go. I've never really experimented with them. I wouldn't want to either. They are basically like using wet. Oh! Swen's gone out! Swen's out! Oh, he lost it. Come out the corner and just completely got on the power too early and he's gone out. Lost the wheel. Wow, I was on board with that as well.
Well, that's a shame for Sven.
I'm lucky there for Sven.
as we said, this track is a bit of an old school track. So if you do make a mistake, you're going to crash quite heavily. It snaps out as well. Snap is out.
Oh,
it's in the. It's just before the final, just after the final corner for Snap. That's a hell of a crash as well. He doesn't crash small, Snap. Not the Sven either. No, that's unfortunate for those guys. We was hoping that Snap would finish a race today, but yeah, he's that's unfortunate.
Red Bull luck. Saw Ross and Red Bull, all three of them are gone.
Yeah.
There's only one remaining, that's Blaz.
Yeah, let's hope that Blaz doesn't have the same amount of bad luck as we're on board with Knowlesy now, who, yeah, Rocket Tony's now is getting it under 2 seconds now, so this is looking very tasty indeed. We've got 20 laps to go with this race, remember, still. Blaz is keeping within touch of those guys, and actually, I would say, kind of starting to eat into the Force India's lead at the moment. As we got
them soft 5 laps and they're gone really, so see what we can do. You're interested now.
You're exactly right, because Roscoe's already in the pits and he's only done 7 laps on those soft tyres, and unfortunately we've got a couple of guys leaving the session now, unfortunately. As
Roscoe's around hard tyres.
Oh, that's an interesting
front wing thing as well.
Oh.
Okay,
so is he going? He should get out in front of Matt, Matt's in 13th position at the moment. He is on medium tyres. I'm quite surprised to see these hard tyres. I really am.
Yeah. I think if he gets damaged or something, I think sort of on that, let's say lap 5, you've got to sort of use them. Him twice, I guess.
Yeah, it's because you were saying in qualifying, it's basically just one stopper really. It's a no-brainer, isn't it? There's on board with him, Carl, now, who's in the Haas. He's getting very interested in not that bad in the Renault. As coming out of maggots and begheads, he's in DRS range. Of course, the rear wing now opens, it's like a bit of a post box, and now coming up into Stowe. Is he close enough to have a look? No, not quite yet, but Snap has also left the session as well. Of course, he's out. Unfortunate for them guys. Running a bit wide, him car was now coming into the final couple of corners. You can see Blaz is just in the foreground there. So the top guys are not spreading out, are they? Asdog is unfortunately 5 seconds back. So at the moment, I would say the top 5 are there or thereabouts.
He's struggling a bit out there, I think. That his qualification is amazing. I think he's kind of doing struggle in the race. Oh, not a bad, got something good offensive now. So this can line a good move up into the next DRS zone for him, Carl. Get on the power there.
Coming out far now. And DRS is wide open now, coming down the Wellington straight. Just a bit of darting around. That's nothing too major. Of course, you're allowed to make one move across the track, and that's it. As coming out into Luffield, you're all right about Blaz, aren't you? He's not exactly lightning like we was expecting.
No, let's see what he's sort of got on board with him. Let's see what he's sort of like, how the car's reacting.
Is he struggling to get the medium tyres up to temperature, do you reckon, or is it just?
No, they'd be fine by now. I think on the first couple of laps, because that's why he dropped off, because I think it stopped. Knowles's tyres was much better on when they're cold. But no, he's starting to get into a groove now. He took out 3 tenths in, well, he took out a lot actually. He took out about 5 tenths on his lap from Tony.
Yeah, I was just noticing.
1.1 now, so still might need some as well. So maybe Blaz is going for the long run. Blaz is just saving some errors, keeping the tyres. I think Blaz maybe is looking to go really long on these tyres and have an absolute charge like he did in France. Because remember France, Blaz way off the pace, struggling, and last 5 laps he just completely pulled out of the bag and then ended up about 3 tenths behind Knowlesy on the last lap. So Blaz is still in there for a win. He's only a second behind now, nearly in DRS zone actually. So
yeah, he's taking massive chunks out of Rocket Tony now, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he's just taking time to get in his groove, sort of thing. Yeah, look, 9 tenths. Here he goes.
And we might have to call Blaz the Professor now. Of course, Alan Prost used to be called that, where Alan Prost would just win. It doesn't matter how much by, as long as he won, and he'd just get the job done. I wonder if Blaz is taking up that mantle as well. He is now starting to get. He's just out of DRS range at the moment.
Yeah, look at it.
We're still watching the battle between him, Carl, and not that bad at the moment. That's the closest battle on track as we're following these guys so far. See a bit of understeer there from him, Car. That's probably the effect from.
Through there.
Do you reckon that's the effect from the dirty air, or was dirty air not as is it just not as important on this game?
Actually around here, especially then Max and Beckett. It's hard to follow a car for here. I mean, it's hard to follow a car on any track around this game, to be honest.
Yeah, I've heard that as well, but I wasn't sure if I was. As Rocket Tony is he in the pit? No, he ain't. Just his hour just went down. Oh no!
Oh, he is in the pit.
He is in the
pit.
He's in the pit. So we got our leaders in the pit. So he's got to do 16 laps on these medium tyres. That should be all right.
Yeah.
It's,
yeah, but then if Blad's tyres are still gonna be fine. This first lap's gonna take be slow. If Blaz can stay out another say 5 laps, he's gonna be laughing really on them softs. He just needs to sort of. He needs to be matching Nosey now. That's what he can do.
Good stop from the Force India boys. He is out in 9th position and in good clean air as well. So well judged there from Nosey. Double is in 10th now at the moment. His teammate is in the pits of Steve. So he's coming out now. In is he going to be out in front of Roscoe?
Wow, Blaz is right behind Tony. 3/10. Blaz is completely. I don't know where that's come from. Did he get held up or? He's on the back of him now.
Yeah, it's, I don't think because I don't think there's any cars have been lapped really, have they, for Rocket Tony?
No,
so
it looks like a mistake.
Yeah, and now Blaz is on DRS range now. So do you reckon those tyres have gone on Rocket Tony's car?
Nah, I don't think so. Now Blaz has got 92% early as well. Blaz has got so much left.
Rocket Tony's in the pits.
Oh no, Rocket Tony's on soft, isn't he? Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So Rocket Tony in the pits and Force India, so not that bad, is in second at the moment. Him Car is coming to the pits as well, so all the soft runners are now starting to pit. As Dog is on the medium tyre, so the rest of the guys down now are all on medium tyres, apart from Murph, who's having a bit of a awkward day out there in the Mercedes, unfortunately. So Rocket Tony in and out. Good time there from the Force India boys. There's the Haas is in there as well. You can see in the background there of Him Car. Good time from Him Car. So far, as now on board with Fisico, who's on the hard tyre, he's up into 6th at the moment, so we're expecting him to go right to quite long in this race. Yeah, and then he's going to be flying towards the end on the soft tyre.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how long he can, well, see the gap sort of thing from when he comes out the pit. Because remember yesterday, Vanquish, like we was expecting me, Slim, and Sam were expecting to have a massive gap. But he completely ruined us. He was in the middle of us. We were just like sort of sat in our head like, what's happened here? So,
yeah, I didn't expect because he just kept up the pace, didn't he? Whilst you guys would come out on fresh tyres, you would expect to like kind of get a gap, and then all of a sudden he just smack bang in the middle, just splitted you the 2 Ferraris. I was like, wow, good laps there from Vanquish.
Black's got to do the same really. We can really do.
He's now 3 seconds in front of Not That Bad. We're on board with Blaz now in the Toro Rosso. We're
just getting close. Yeah, close to battle the track. Yeah, it is, I think.
Between Matt and Roscoe,
Dan.
is that? Oh, Dan, is it?
Oh, Dan and Hunter. Yeah.
Dan and Hunter, yeah. I think that so Hunter on the medium tyres, Dan is on the soft tyres. We're on board with the Ferrari driver now. They're coming through Maggotts and Beckett, so you cannot overtake her unless you're Max Verstappen and it's a bit of a wet track. As it comes down the back straight, as Nosey has done a fastest up there, of course, on the fresh medium tyres. He is currently at the moment in 7th position. As we've also got well, Bilton was catching on Roscoe, but I think that gap is now stabilised as well. And Steve is just behind these two as well in 15th position, so Steve will be getting very interested of what goes on in this battle as well in the not too distant future. So no, Blaz has got a 3-second lead over Not That Bad, as Dog is a further 7 seconds back from Not That Bad in 3rd position at the moment. So yeah, all's played for here at the moment. So the question is then, as Carton said, Blaz needs to keep up the pace and do a Vanquish basically, and just kind of split the sandwich of the Force India guys, who at the moment are there's 6 seconds between them. As I think Nosey is coming to the back of one of the Williamses. I think that's Physico on the hard tyre. Well, this battle's died down a bit now between Murphy and Hunter. Unfortunately, Murphy having a bit of a hard race today. He's down in 13th position, didn't make it through to Q3. Of course, he was trying to go through on the medium tyre, but that didn't work out for him. And we did see what happened to Hunter at the start, so it'd be interesting to see what happened to Hunter after the race. So, but it looked quite messy, didn't it?
Yeah. It's going to be interesting here to see if Nosey can get through these last seasons, but that safety he's going to defend him. His track position still, there's no blue flags, so it's going to be interesting there. If he lets him get through, because obviously that could lose him lots of time.
Yeah, that's
them hard to very nice.
No, that's the main thing, isn't it? It's traffic, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's obviously it's not as important as somewhere like Monaco where track position is king, but you do lose a couple. You do lose a couple of tenths, maybe even a couple of seconds behind slower cars. You lose momentum as well, and you kind of you get out of a rhythm, don't you? Slightly. When you're stuck behind there.
The exit is ridiculous.
So Nosey's just alongside Physico, and he should be up in the 6th here, going into Cops. Good overtaking move maneuver there. So done and dusted. Rocketoni's is for 6 seconds back at the moment. As at the moment in the second Force India looking very good today, and also looking very strong in the constructors as well. And looking very good then. So at the moment, the top 5 have not made a stop yet, so they're all on 13 lap old medium tyres, and they will need to stop. The question, they will not be stopping just yet. They've probably got another couple more laps, would you say?
Yeah, a couple more laps, I'd say. Then they'll stop pitting for the soft. We're going for a charge at the end, I guess. That's what you can do now.
Yeah, that's what you can do, really, isn't it? And so we're going to be seeing some really good laps then as Steve gets a penalty. I must admit, I'm really been keeping up with the penalties. As Hunter is got by Dan now, so Murphy has dropped down the 14th, Hunter up in the 13th. Penny's dropping back from these two, surprisingly. He was on fresher medium tyres there, so he must have made a mistake. As it's Rocketoni is
doing really well, actually. Happened to wow, he's doing good.
Doing a very good job, isn't he, Kingsburg? Of course, he got knocked out of Q2, unfortunately. But he started on the medium tyres, and he's made up a lot of positions, actually, isn't he? He's right in the mix.
Good. Yeah, no damage. What I told him to do. That's all good to me.
You taught him well. So Kingsburg now. As rightly pointed out, so well done to Kingsburg, doing an awesome job today. And I think, Rocketoni's got a 3-second penalty, whilst Nosey went slightly wide and lost a bit of momentum going on the back straight there, but he is still catching on Steve in the McLaren. Of course, remember these guys will get to pit the guys in front, so technically, as it stands, Nosey is the net race leader, but as we said before, Blaz has got to come in and fit some soft tyres, and he will be, in theory, quicker than the guys on the medium tyre.
He's going to be a lot quicker. Like, I can't remember how many laps Vanquish pitted after us. I think it was not as many as this.
Oh, and a great move there from Roscoe, going on the outside of double. What a move! That was a great move from Roscoe, up into 10th position. As a double handler. So he's going to go into the end of the race now. As now Nosey is getting very interested in Roscoe's teammate Steve. This might be a slightly harder pass. No disrespect to Physico, but Physico was on the hard tyres, which. To be honest, I would not like to be on them, to be fair.
Yeah, Blaz is definitely going to go for a massive charge at the end. He's still like 90% Earth left, so I can't wait to see this. Because I think Nosey's definitely going to have fun, but I think Blaz is just going to be flying in this race.
Yeah, that's going to be great to see. That is because we think at the moment, because there's quite a long pit stop here, quite a long pit lane here, so we think Knowles is going to be out in front. Rocketoni, not that bad in the pits in the Renault. So that would give us and so is Kingsburg as well, and Steve's coming as well. So I think the Knowles would be very happy with that. So he's through.
Blaz is still staying out then. That's interesting. Blaz is still got some grip on them tyres still.
Yeah, so Blaz still feeling very happy, as is Asdog as well. And so this is now the second round. This is the second phase of stops. Now is Double is also in the pits as well in the Sauber, isn't he? No, I think he's just been overtaken by Hunter. So we've got a bit of a good battle now between Bilter and Hunter as Murphy comes in the pits in the Mercedes.
Hunter getting so close. Wow, did you catch that as well?
Yeah, and I was like, oh, I was distracted by Dan going into the pit, like going flying off into one side, and then and Hunter, look at that, bit of rallying for you. Colin McRae would have been so proud. Great stuff from Hunter, and he's all over the back now of Matt. Like Rush, this is the final button. Remember, this isn't a battle for the final point scoring position. So every point is gold. Well, was to be anyway in this championship. So and now he's got a run. He's going on the outside, and that would be impressive. But Matt doing a great job to defend there. As Hunter can now go for the switch back. Not quite. He runs a bit wide. Blaz is pitted there.
So it's going to be interesting now. Because they're all spiking things up.
So where is Blaz going to come out in relative to the leaders? As Asdog's also in the pits as well from second position in the Haas. So the guys that have just come in are going to be very quick now towards the race.
No, he's on the last corner now. Let's see what Blaz. Oh, Blaz is going to be miles behind. Wow.
He is, yeah, because remember this is a very long pit lane. So Knowlesy comes out, and Rocky Tony is also. Oh. Do you reckon Rockatoni's going to be this? Yeah, he is. He's going to be in front as well. So Rockatoni also in front. So Blaz is down to 4th, and him Carl is 5th. Not the baddest.
7 seconds down he is. He can make that easy.
He can. It's not as a big deficit as what we thought. So yeah, because he's on the soft tyres as well, he shouldn't. That shouldn't be a problem. As Hunter's now in the pits as well, so making a second stop there. As is Double in. He's also making a stop as well. So that was for the tail end of the points. Matt is going to stay out there and try and get these mediums to the end. He's unfortunately not on the medium tyres. That's going to be a bit of a stretch, isn't it?
Yeah. It's going to take a lap or so to get these tyres warm for Blaz. This first lap's going to be a struggle.
And he is, you can see he's got a yellow flag in sector 2.
He's getting massively already. Here he goes. He's going to get the runner.
And unfortunately, Matt's gone straight into the wall there. I'm not sure what happened. Safety car, we've got a safety car. This is wow.
Blaz is going to absolutely storm it. Oh my god, Blaz has definitely won. Blaz has definitely won. I'm just calling it. He has to win.
What a time for the safety car to come out.
This is getting weird. Oh, Fitzy is so lucky. How lucky is Fisico? He's on the hard tyres and he's just pitted. Wow. I'm
trying to work out why there's a safety car out there. I'd seen Matt go straight on into and just get out the Wellington straight, but I didn't think it was a safety car.
Okay, this is going to be crazy because I think personally Nolly should have pitted, especially on Tony. Because Blaz now is absolutely right behind him. Fresh tyres, well, literally brand new tyres. He couldn't have asked that any better.
That is perfect.
Laughing really. Because Fissy would have lost a lot more time than this. So. 50's dropped down to 7, so he's now 10 pushes anyway, and now has brand new tyres, so...
Yeah, so he's going to be storming as well, isn't he, as he comes out of the pit.
And 8th. He's in 8th at the moment, so 8th, I think he's happy he's in 8th. So
he comes out in 8th. Roscoe's also in the pit as well. He was on the hard tyre, so he's gone to the stop as well. Done exactly the same as Physico. Steve Penny is now back up into the point, so he's in 10th position. Bilton coming into the pit as well. I'm not sure if Bilton caused the safety car or not. If he didn't, I apologise.
Yeah.
But I think he did.
I didn't know. I didn't know what caused it. It's Matt out.
No, Matt's in the pits at the moment, but yeah. He's now last at the moment, but he's on the soft tyres.
Why is the safety car out? What has caused this?
I really think it was Matt going straight on out the Wellington straight. I'm not sure if his steering wheel disconnected or what, but yeah, it was a really odd incident.
The safety car. Wow. I think they should add in F1 2019. They should be able to have a driver just for the safety car. That would be so funny.
You just like pull out a Joker card, isn't it?
Yeah. You have one player lobby who just drive a safety car. That'd be so funny.
Oh, that'd be awesome. I actually might get to lead it.
Go on.
I was going to say I might actually get to lead a race. Anyway, yeah, carry on.
Yeah. What I wanted to introduce though is like you can actually drive into the pit and like drive into your pit box. Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah, because and also make the pit stops a bit more interactive. Like because I think back in the old days you was able to, you had to if you press the buttons in a certain time, then you make your pit stop go quicker. I mean that would be pretty cool to yeah come back. Also, I don't know, something like that. Make it a bit more like. Yeah, just make sure we keep the steering wheel straight or something like that. I don't know. something like that.
This is going to be interesting now though, because Blaz is on brand new tyres compared to these guys. So technically, we should storm past them.
Yeah, so all the guys on the soft tyre at the moment, so this is going to be an advantage to them.
Nothing behind them. Let's see their tyres. So you got. Well, they could be in trouble here actually, Rocketoni and Nolsey, because Blaz is on soft, 2 laps old. Not that bad soft, 3 laps old. Asdog 2 laps old. Kingsburg 3 laps old, 51 lap old. So this could well,
they might be sitting ducks to a certain extent because they're on older tyres. The only other person who's on the same amount of old tyre, on the same age as tyres, is Steve Penny, who's in 10th position, which I possibly believe should have come in the pits as well.
Him car as well.
Oh, him car as well. Yeah, apologies. Him car also on the 8 lap over medium tyre. I would agree with you actually. I would have come into the pits.
Yeah, they should have pitted, but they chose not to now. But...
Oh yeah, unfortunately they've kind of made their bed and I've got to line it, as the old saying goes. So so we got 4 Indians who got 1-2 at the moment, but unfortunately they don't look as secure as they did about a few laps ago, as the safety cars come out and really jumbled up the order. Blaz is now 3rd on the very new soft tyre. We got him car in 4th position in the Haas. We got Not That Bad in 5th. We got Asdog in 6th. We got the safety car in. So yeah. So now Nolsey is going to take over as a safety car and is going to control the restart. Look how close, look how bunched up they are. This is going to be amazing. As
my bet is Blaz gets an absolute launch of a start. He needs to get around on Tony ASAP, basically.
Yeah, I think he does. Because and I think is Nolsey gone. I think he's gone. He's gone a bit too. Yeah, he's gone a bit too tight there, and I think I might have compromised his exit there. But yeah, Nolsey then leads, and they cannot pass until they start cross the safety line, safety car line. And we got Hunter's out. Hunter is out. And we got Steve Penny going across the grass. So I'm not sure what happened to Hunter, but that's unfortunate. And that's a 10-second penalty.
10-second penalty. Another one. He's got 2 of them, I think.
Oh dear, that's not very good for Steve Penny. So I'm not sure what happened to the back there, but that's unfortunate. Hunter out of the race, so that just kind of caps off. And Blaz is now up the inside of Rocketoni. Rocketoni is kept the inside, but Blaz is going to go for the switchback. Blaz is on much bigger tyre, and he was through. He's now through in the second position. So we've got a yellow flag in sector 1. We've got Kingsburg, who has dropped right down to 14th. So it's unfortunate. We've got a couple of goings on in the back of the order. So now we've got Nolsey, and unfortunately he's now going to be under a lot of pressure now between himself and Blaz. These 2 drivers are very, very talented drivers. All 3 of them all of these guys are, but especially the guys at the front. There's a lot of chat about maybe them going to the Elite League, but we'll see about that. As yeah, we might be seeing these guys on Wednesday nights. As see, look how close Blaz gets now. Of course, he's on a lot fresher tyres. He's now going to go for the lead. He's got. There's no DRS, of course. The DRS is not enabled for another lap. And now they come on the outside. As Nolsey's done a great job there, but Blaz is going to do a switchback, and look how much drive he's got. He's going to go on the. He wants to go on the inside there. As Nolsey positions his car there beautifully, as I think one of the Renaults there was having a bit of a lunge on one of the Williams as a physical, I think it was. As now we're coming across to complete lap 20 out to 26, and is it going to go on the outside into turn 1? Or not quite, but Nolsey kind of hit the curb a bit too heavy there, so that's going to cause him to go out wide. And now he's going to go up the inside, going into turn 3. Now coming up to the loop, he does another switchback, and yeah, Oh my gosh, look at that. He's just pushing him along there.
Close.
And Nosey goes a bit wide because DRS is still not enabled.
Side.
As Steve Penny's out as well, unfortunately. Blaz is through, and he's up into the lead. So well done. Great. It's got a yellow flag in sector 1 there. So, but Blaz leads. Look at that. You can see the top 4 in the same screen now. Brilliant stuff. So Blaz leads. Second is now Nosey. Third is Rocket Tony. Asdog is in 4th. Himcar is 5th, and there's kind of a train behind Himcar now, isn't there? So this is going to get... Oh! Yeah. And Physico going right off the track there. So it's got a lovely onboard shot here of from the side pod there of the Williams for Physico. So of course, remember Himcar is on 10 lap old medium tyres, but now Physico going on the outside, and now he's going to be on the inside going to Stowe. We've got the McLaren of Steve in the background as well, who's looking very interested as well. So Physico is now up into 5th position.
Asdog could be on for a podium here. This is getting a bit spicy. Oh, he's overshot it. He's overshot it.
He has, hasn't
he? Yeah, he did there.
And DRS is free. Now this is where it's going to get really spicy, as Himcar is unfortunately dropping back now, but that's because of his tyre life. As the safety car has really caused some headaches for a lot of these drivers. Roscoe is having a very wild lunge into not that bad.
But what's on the King though?
We're not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest, but he dropped right down at the beginning of at the end of the safety car, which is unfortunate. And now Murphy has got DRS on Roscoe going down into the Wellington straight, and Asdog has run wide, but Physico's just stayed behind so far. But Asdog's under a lot of pressure now, because it's been a good race for Asdog, and he looked a bit out of it until where the safety car came into play. So look at these guys. Lionel Stern, this is like a sprint race to the end, as Physico's got a 3-second penalty for cutting cops. And it's 1 by 1 through Maggots and Beckett. There's look at the back end trying to step out there on Physico. We're going to have to try. Oh, contact! There's been contact, and Physico has damaged his front wing, and that's Himcar. Wow!
Himcar's gone for it. Wow!
Look at that. We've got 4 cars that are like battling out. As Hunter has left the session, and Asdog is going. I'm sorry, Himcar was going up the inside of his teammate there, but remember that
Himcar's on the oldest tyres.
Yeah.
How's he doing this?
Oh, and he's brilliant overtake. Oh
Where's he getting the grip from?
And Physico just barged his way past Asdog there, and you can see, look at this. Wow. So there's damage now to unfortunately there's damage to Asdog's car, but it looks like he's lost a bit of the end plate. Steve, oh, contact. Steve's gone off. He's back on McLaren's touch. Oh! Steve's out. Steve's gone around. Oh dear. There's doubles now for 11th position.
Oh, Roscoe's hit. Not that bad. Nearly gone out there.
Yeah, not that bad. It's dropped down to 10.
Out there.
And
wow.
And Roscoe is now under a lot of pressure from Murphy. Murphy's now going to go on the
baby sandwich.
Roscoe braking very late there. Wow, what a crazy couple of laps.
Yeah, that was. It's interesting. Look at the gap between Nosey and Blaz. He's not getting away.
No, yeah, Nosey's really he's driving the race for his life out there at the moment. That's impressive stuff, right? And that is amazing. So unfortunately, and Rocket Tony is also in there as well. He's gone a bit wide though, unfortunately. As we're just having a look back, as Matt is now up in the 7th position. Unfortunately, Asdog is really damaged, but Roscoe is just pushing Matt around the corner, and now they're coming down
there
into.
Goes Matt down the inside.
Yeah, Asdog's damage. He's lost a bit of his end plate, but it looks there's a lot of end plate he's lost. So Bilton, that's on Matt up into 6th position now. Asdog running wide, just about keeping him on.
Laughed out there.
I know Fizzy is now up into 5th position. He's fourth. He's only a second away from Himcar. 2 seconds now. Is not that bad. Has dropped down to 12th. Unfortunately, he's in the pit. Asdog is also dropped down. So Asdog, and he's gone into the wall. He's out.
Oh, wow.
That's a shame for Asdog. It really is. I think that was.
I think, didn't he?
He went to the inside of the inside of the turn. Well, I'm not sure if that was frustration, but you kind of can't blame him, because it was getting a bit argy-bargy, wasn't it, around there. But it was good entertainment. But I have a feeling that the stewards are going to be very busy after this race. Blaz leads now, and he's gone up to a second then between himself and Nosey. Blaz taking a very wide line into Stowe, into Cop. Sorry, it's yeah, really going right on the outside of the curve there. As Knowlesy second, third is Rocketoni, fourth position is Himcar, fifth is Fizzy. But Bilton is now all over the back of the Williams driver, so this is going to get very tasty now. Look at this, and Bilton's teammate Matt is right on the tail of his teammate.
Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. I
might have to cover my eyes. And Fizzy is gone slightly defensive, but of Matt's. Oh! I didn't think Fizzy would still be in the game now, but that was great driving from Fizzy, and he's still hung it around the outside. That's great driving from Fizzy. That is Blaz there just underlining. He's now on the soft tire and the second to last lap.
But this is the penultimate lap. This is the fifth place here. This will get a bit.
This is getting very spicy, isn't it? As and Matt's going to have a look as Physico goes a bit wide. Now is Matt going to go on the outside? Oh, that's going to be a great move if he does, and he's got the inside now and going into the loop. Oh, Physico. Great, he's hanging it out beautifully. This is great driving from Physico and from Matt. And look at that, Physico's still on the AstroTurf out now.
Got it done.
And Murphy's now got the jump on both of them, hasn't he? He comes down the inside. Not quite.
And now the Roscoe comes in to join as well.
And then Roscoe having a look on the inside of left field, going on the inside. Was there a bit of contact? Oh, there's contact there. And
Roscoe onto the grass.
Roscoe going into the old pit lane now, as Bilton is now up into fifth position.
Blaz got a 3-second time penalty.
Is that going to cause?
Yeah, it might. I don't know if Knowlesy's got one.
I can't remember seeing Knowlesy having a penalty, but
no, I haven't. Knowlesy's got to stay in a second. 2-second gap he's got. Blaz needs to pour a second. Oh, Vicky ran wide onto the grass. Can he keep it on? Yes, he can. Just about keeping it on there.
Wow.
We're getting a bit tense out here.
Yeah, he's getting.
Blaz pour a second. Knowles needs to stay within a second. It's going to get.
So this is going to be. It's going to have to be a sprint of a last lap then for Blaz if he wants to win this race. As we're on board with we're staying with the battle for sixth position at the moment.
I think it might. 2.3 seconds. Blaz is flying.
2.4 already.
Yeah.
Wow, what an end to this race. And yeah, I'm sorry we didn't keep up with all the action there. We tried our best, but incredible scenes in the final stage of this British Grand Prix.
Is Dan Murphy going to have a look down the inside? Fissy, he's got a good run, got a bit of left, here he goes. Got a slipstream, he's gone forward to the inside, see what he can do. Let's go.
Oh, contact!
A bit of contact! Ricky's wings off, yeah.
Yeah, so Physico's now got a damaged end plate on that Williams, so that's going to cause him a lot of understeer now into the foreign. Double. Oh, we've got a battle between Double and Kingsburg. Kingsburg is now for the 10th position. Double is
going to the inside.
Oh! And Physical gets out of that. Roscoe's gone very wide.
Really wide. Yeah.
He's in a different he's in a different county there over there. So he's down. He's up into 7th though.
Blaz needs to push. 2.5 seconds. I think it's going to be enough, depending on whether has Knowlesy got a penalty. I don't think he has. I don't think he has.
I don't think he has either.
Blaz won.
Blaz comes around the final corner now. So Blaz wins the race.
Wins on track.
What about?
No! He's not! No, he's done it! Oh, Blaz.
Oh, that is such a shame.
It shows you though.
It did come down to in the end. So that is an amazing drive from all those guys there. Murphy up into 5th in the end. Matt into 6th. Physico 7th. Roscoe is 8th. Double is actually up into 7th. Great drive from Double. Nice. So well done to Double, just keeping it nice and clean there. Physico 8th, 9th is Kingsburg, and 10th is Roscoe. And Steve will complete the drivers to remain in 11th position. Wow.
That was safety car onwards was absolutely manic.
It certainly was. What a race. So well done to Knowlesy there, kept it clean, and that's kind of the to be honest, after the safety car I really thought that Blaz had it in the bag, and to be fair he did have it in the bag until he unfortunately got the 3-second penalty. Such a shame for Blaz, but unfortunately you win some you lose some. Great driving from Knowlesy, great driving from both Force Indias. They look very good out there today, very good. And Blas joins the party now.
Oh, so unlucky, Blas. 3 attempts in at the end there. You done so well as well to keep it on. Well, to get the strategy from the mediums and softs. Obviously, safety car helped you out.
Yeah.
What should you do on that race then? You got really unlucky at the end there. Really unlucky.
Yeah, I got penalty on my last lap, so.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So unlucky. You done really well though. Especially on the medium tyres. Had to long it out on there, but you done really well. That safety car did play a big. That did help you out a lot though, because you had like a 7-second gap to Nosey, so.
Yeah.
It was good race.
Oh. Yeah, that was a good job. Mate.
Absolutely amazing race. Nosey, brilliant win in the end. You kept it clean, and in the end, that's that's what got you the result.
Pretty much, yeah. I was well, when the safety car came out, I was desperately trying to find soft tyres that weren't used and didn't have any. So I was like, I'm gonna have to stick with what I've got. But no, it went all right in the end. I was talking to Blas in the other party and was like, how many penalties now is it, Blas? How many penalties you got? And then I got that one warning at the very end, and I was like, just keep within 3 seconds.
On the last lap.
Got 10th on the last lap.
Oh.
Good. That kept us on our toes anyway, because I knew you didn't have a penalty, Nosey, and then I saw Blas 3 seconds. It was like 2.6 second gap. I was like, oh, Blas has to pull out a storm over that here.
We had in our party chat, we had Asdog as well, and he was basically giving a commentary on the gap for the last lap. I was bricking it. I was like, no. I managed to save it. That's good. It was a good race. Well done, Blas.
Who claimed third?
Tony.
Yeah, third with Tony. Yeah. Wow.
Who else we got? Yeah.
Well, we got Matt in here.
That was fun. You've done a great job.
It was fun at the end. The TV going off helped me out.
That was great fun.
That was good battle at the end between you 3 or 4. Howard me, there was loads of you.
I think there was about 4 or 5 of us after the safety car went in. It was actually mental.
Of course, the safety car by my TV going off.
Oh, so was you?
We thought your steering wheel had a problem because you just went straight on, and it was like, oh dear.
Yeah, it kind of helped you.
TV went off, brought the safety car out, and ended up P6. I was P14 at that time, I think. I'll take that.
How does that work?
No, that battle at the end though was great.
Yeah, it was good fun. Yeah, there was a lot of battles and really good racing.
Yeah.
But well done, guys! An amazing race, and our next race will be in Germany in a week's time. Another old school track, and hopefully these guys will perform as well as they did today. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and we'll see you on Wednesday for the Elite League and on Thursday for the Super. Cheers, guys.